There are so many people with their own stories and philosophies. I will ask these people random questions which they have no prior knowledge of. My goal is for us to learn from the many lives and the many feelings of others.
Oof. I don't really know. Like,
Um, that's a tough one.
Wow, that's a that's an interesting question.
afternoon. My name is Mike Carlo. I'm a freelance photographer, videographer, and content creator. I'm based in the Bronx, New York City. My Instagram is at mike.carlo.brand, and you can reach out to me on all of those platforms.
What has been one tough decision you've made in your life?
One tough decision that I made in my life. Recently, I actually had to make the hard choice to stop freelancing as a creator because I've noticed that there's some things to the freelance creative arts medium that there's some aspects to it that aren't ideal for someone that is raising a small child. So I had to make the hard decision to go back to finding a career. So I'm moving towards tech, and in the meantime, throughout this pivot, I'm bartending. So that was like a real hard choice, was to do something like that recently.
What actions or behaviors of other people make you upset? And why do you think that is?
He said, "Yo, let's burn the bridge on both sides." Um, what is one action of other people that gets me upset? I have a strong disliking for people who play a role or like have a gimmick, which is kind of what backed my decision in moving away from being a freelance creator full time. Um, I am not a fan of people who portray a role in the niche or in the culture or whatever it is. I would rather people be their organic selves, and in that way, I can make a sound judgment of you. But once I can see that you're like playing a role or a gimmick, I have a strong disliking for that because I try to be my most organic self, which is why at the start of the interview, I was like, yo, can I roll a joint? Because, like, this is me. Like, what you're getting in this interview is what you're going to get, like, if you meet me in the streets. So, um, yeah, people that have this facade that they have to be a certain way to get by. Um, I feel like it's mentally draining, and I don't know how they do it. And I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird thing to be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for a career.
I agree with you because that shit is very annoying. But I want to know, why do you think that people play those roles? Why do you think they actually like hide behind these facades?
Um, Confidence, maybe. Maybe they feel more confident if they can be this boastful or this very loud version of themselves because maybe it's what gets their motor going when there may be aspects of their true selves that they're hiding behind this loud, brash, sometimes curt and upfront personalities that people have.
What does your best life look like?
My best life looks like me smoking more joints um, in a nice neighborhood with my son, where I can have the resources to do the things that make me happy. So to get those resources, I would have to increase my own wealth, and I have to find that path.
Battery low.
What is something you wish you had back or again?
Nothing. wish I had anything back because I wouldn't be where I am making the choices that I'm making today. Um, it might twist and turn some things. And right now, like you're a parent, I'm a parent, I have my child. So going back and changing something might affect whether my son is here now. So everything's fine.
What is one thing that you want people to know about you that isn't so obvious?
I'm more motivated than I actually come across. And if given the right opportunities in the right settings, I'll actually like show everything that it is to be me. But we live in an area, well, I live in an area of the Bronx where I was thinking about this earlier. There's no real community here anymore that uplifts and lets people try to reach for the sun like Icarus did, and where their wings burn, they'll catch them. We don't have that anymore. So without that sense of community, I don't find myself comfortable enough to show who Mike Carlo can be as a creator and as a person.
Do you feel like your area or the Bronx, let's say in general, had that at some point, that sense of community? And if so, what do you think happened?
I don't know because like we came up during that drug dealer era of like the Bronx and like all of that. So all the community was interwoven into illicit activities where they were trying to make the most profit for themselves and to better themselves over actually uplifting and bettering, which is what you see in a lot of the 17-year-olds, the preteens. You see, excuse me, you see a lot in their behaviors that lack of community aspect that been there. There's a lot of community centers that are closed now. Like there's no after school programs no more. And they started phasing out when I was a teenager. So I seen the depreciation in that.
Are you comfortable asking for help? Why or why not?
Yes and no. I can ask for help from the people that I trust in the most, but I usually don't ask for help because the resources that I may need may not have available. And that doesn't always mean physically or monetarily. So a lot of the help that I ask for, some people just don't have those resources. So I'm used to going it alone, bro.
What is a cherished memory or moment you have as a child or someone younger?
Oof. I don't really know. Like I kind of grew up a different way, so I don't really remember things as a young child. A lot of that is like locked away in photographs. So like I can grab one and show it to you. That was probably an awesome day, but I honestly don't remember it. Like it's locked away somewhere in my brain. But I have it here. Uh, um, since we want to have the deep talks, um, there was a lot of darkness in my life, so I see things in a dark way, and I don't find it negative because it's just my character and I'm trying to improve upon it. But other people do, so that's kind of why I don't remember things of being a kid. But I have this photo. It's my dad, myself, and my grandmother at a pro wrestling show at Madison Square Garden, and that was probably a dope day.
Do you mind elaborating a little more on why you think those good moments as a kid are so clouded for you?
because the things that I do remember are a lot of volatile moments in my life.
What gives you hope?
My son,
What about before your son?
jujitsu. Um, yeah, going to jujitsu every day, or when I was going every day. Um, it's crazy because it's something you have to work at. Like I seen one of my instructors say recently in an interview, because it's very hard to do, because there aren't, in the actual training facility of jiu-jitsu, when you're sparring with your partners, you take a lot of L's. You take a lot of L's from when you go to an actual tournament to try to get that W. And that rigorous training of trying to get better at jiu-jitsu makes you want to get better at other things in life. So
Mm-hmm. And do you feel like the physical activity of jujitsu just helps with, like, let's say your well being?
uh no, because I'm hurt after. Yeah, it helps with like your mental well-being. There's a sense of community in jiu-jitsu. It's an adult after-school program where we strengthen each other, and it's all types of people from all types of walks of life, and we're there for this one thing. So we all put our attention to this one thing and help each other get better at that one thing. And it's dope. It's really dope.
What lives rent free in your mind and thoughts?
What lives rent free in my mind and my thoughts? Random Dusty Rhodes quotes, because I'm like a 80s wrestling fanatic.
What are your top two or three of the
Um,
quotes?
oh man, I don't know, because this dude made this Instagram called No Context Dusty, and it's some of the most outlandish stuff. Um, but in a serious note, teaching my son how to crawl lives rent free in my brain. Um, the moment he was born lives rent free in my brain. Uh, I don't know. I don't know, a lot of silly, a lot of nonsense too. Again, my name is Mike Carlo. I'm on Instagram at mike.carlo.brand. You can reach out to me there. I'm a photographer, videographer. I probably look like your friend, or I probably look like somebody you're like, this guy's a stoner, leave me alone. It is what it is. Uh, just wake up every day, because there's something you can do that day that'll get you further the way you're going. Um, Life's hard. No one survives. I don't know anyone that survived life. So just do what you can do. And people are going to say what they're going to say. So it is what it is.